Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. I'm Wendy and this is Wendy's Wonderful DIYs. So excited to have you here today. Today is my first video. In this video, we will be making 5 coastal Dollar Tree DIYs that anyone can make. I hope you all like what you see, and please subscribe to my channel, like, and share my video. And with that being said, let's get started. So I found these 3 cute little beach houses at Dollar Tree and I needed something to display them on. So using full-size Jenga blocks that I found at Goodwill, I glued 3 sets of 3 together using hot glue and wood glue. Now you can use the tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, but it will be smaller. Gluing them together with wood glue for the permanent hold and hot glue for the temporary hold. I just glued them side by side. Being sure not to use too much glue so it doesn't seep out, but if that does happen, you can just wipe it off or sand it down when it dries. Now we're going to take 6 blocks and make 3 sets of 2, gluing them in the same way with hot glue and wood glue, and gluing them on top of each other this time. You put your heart on a letter to chase it away. Got sun and it's all because of you. Hey. Now we're going to take the set of 3 and glue them to the side of the set of 2 blocks. I don't know why I didn't just glue 4 blocks together to begin with and glue 1 on top. But anyway, it comes out the same way and you can do it whichever way you would like. Okay, so we're going to use these wooden handles that come off of the sponge brushes that you can get at the Dollar Tree. When you're done using them, just twist it off and throw the sponge away. And I save them all the time. I actually save everything. I'm kind of a crafting hoarder. Anyway, we are going to just measure so we can find the center of the stick. Using my miter shears, I'm going to cut them in half. These miter shears are wonderful for cutting small pieces of wood. I'll link them in the description below. Then you're going to want to just sand the ends of them very lightly, just so the bottoms will stand evenly. Then you're going to go ahead and hot glue and wood glue yet again to the front of the set of 3. As you can see, it's the front that does not have the extra block in the back. I just put that extra block in the back for a little extra support. So you're going to glue 1 to each side of those Jenga blocks. Know when your body feels so tired to get out of bed, you put your heart on a letter to chase it away. Got sun and it's all because of you. Hey, what's gonna give you more time forever? Taking another 6 set, no, they're not set, another 6 Jenga blocks, we are going to make another 3 sets of 2, but this time we are going to glue them side by side. Now we're going to take those 2 sets, and, well, 3 sets actually, sorry. But we're going to glue them with the hot glue and wood glue yet again to each side of the 3 sets with the posts. So you're going to glue them with all in between each one so they'll connect together. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not explaining it very well. decided to add more of those posts to the back as well. It just seemed, I don't know, plain, a little unbalanced. So cutting down another 6, which will give you a total of 12 posts. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And you're going to glue them in the back as the same way as you did in the front. Okay, so I use Dollar Tree spackle to fill in the words on all the Jenga blocks that say Jenga, because they are kind of like embossed, like indented in it, and I knew that would show with the paint. I do not know what happened to that footage. I lost it somehow, sorry. But now you're just going to sand it all down when it dries, which I did not do, so you can still see the word. And it does show in the paint, but we fix that. I'll show you a little bit later in the video. After I sanded it down, I went ahead and painted it with Waverly chalk paint in the color agave. I believe that's how you say it. You're going to just want to go ahead and paint the entire piece. I did only give it 1 coat of paint. After that 1 coat is semi-dried, I went ahead using a small chippy brush and Waverly white and heavily dry brushed the entire piece. I did do it while it was a little wet, so the paint would kind of like smear together and cloud together. And I also wiped it with a baby wipe, which also helped give it that effect. I then went and used my heat gun to dry the entire piece because I have no patience whatsoever to wait for paint to dry. So you will be seeing a lot of this heat gun in my videos. And then I went ahead and sanded the piece again. I am using a diamond nail file from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just giving it a really good sanding. I want to kind of wear down the edges and make it look like it's been worn and walked on, like you would see like if you go to the beach. When I was distressing this piece, I really focused on the edges of the blocks more so than the posts. I wanted it to really look like it was weathered and worn down from the beach and the weather. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to glue to the side of the dock, I guess we can call it, and the side of the dock and the side of the post on the end. We're going to start there. Be careful you don't burn yourselves. I'm using a silicone spatula to hold it in place so I don't burn my fingers. And once you get that glued down, you're going to just wrap it around the top of that post, swag it down in the front, go up and wrap it around the next post, swag it, wrap it around the top of the next post, and you're going to do that all the way down to the end. The spots where we're letting it swag, you might want to put a little bit of hot glue underneath those. That's going to cover up the word Jenga where I went ahead and didn't wait for the spackle to dry and it came right out. Then we're going to go ahead and start the same way in the back and wrap around the top. Only difference is we're going to straighten that rope out and make it tight and not swag. So this way, kind of looks like it's the back of the dock, I guess you can say, behind the houses. Now taking this little anchor off this sign from Dollar Tree, I'm going to take that and just, we're going to glue it to the front there, but we're going to take some twine from Dollar Tree and put it through the top of the anchor and then wrap it around the post and glue it in place so it looks like it's hanging there, you know, for when a boat comes in, I guess you could say. It was just way too plain for me, so I knew I needed to add something else to it. So I decided to add these little stones that I believe I got the bag at Dollar Tree. I'm not 100% positive. And then I just glued them in little piles, so this way they would be like kind of on the side of the houses and on the edges of the docks, as you could see here. And sorry about the noise, but little Miss Tabitha's here and wants to play. She just brought her toy down to me. Anyway, you could just go ahead and glue those in random places. I mean, this is really something that's totally up to what you'd want and how you would like it to look. And that's it. That's my dock for our Dollar Tree beach houses. I hope you guys like it. I absolutely love how this came out. This has to be one of my favorite DIYs. Okay, DIY number 2. I bought these 2 anchors at Dollar Tree, and I actually bought 4 of them. I only can get 2 in white, so I had to get them in red. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint these in white Waverly chalk paint. I only gave them 1 coat, but I did give them, you know, make sure you do get the sides and in the hole, because you are going to see the inside of the hole. Okay, after giving them both 1 coat of white chalk paint, we're going to go ahead and dry them with my heat gun. Again, I have no patience to wait for paint to dry. Then we're going to take that agave chalk paint and we're going to heavily distress these the same as we did in the previous project. I'm going to use a baby wipe to wipe them down as well. Just continue distressing, you know, just to distress this as much as you would like. I tend to like heavier distressing on certain things, especially things like this, because it has those ridges on it and it really makes that agave color pop. Here we're going to use this nautical rope. It's white with blue that I got at Dollar Tree also. They had a whole section of this coastal theme. I know a lot of stores did not get these. We're going to feed this through the back and just cut a long enough piece. I just wrapped it around, just until I, liked it and how it set good, and glued it to the bottom of the anchor there. You could go ahead and put this any way you'd like. This is just how I preferred to have it. And then I did add a little extra glue under the knot so it would stay in place. I did the same thing for the second. Like I said, I did find them in white as well. So with these, I just glued some hooks on the back and dry brushed them with the green as well. Okay, this one here I made a few weeks ago, and I had posted it on a Facebook group, and everyone absolutely loved it. So I wanted to make it again, but unfortunately the Dollar Tree does not have any more of them. I mean, this stuff just blew out of the stores. So I decided just to remove the rope and paint the back of it. I'm not going to put the wording on the back. I just wanted to show you what I did do to paint it. I used the color agave and the Waverly chalk paint, and I just painted the entire piece like I did with everything else. Big surprise, I absolutely love this color. So once I was done painting this, I did go ahead and I dry brushed it with the white chalk paint, as well as this minty color chalk paint that I think it's Deco art that I got at Michael's. It was on clearance. I did look to see if they had any more, and of course not. It was clearance because it's discontinued. And then while the paint was still wet, I did use a baby wipe yet again, and I just wiped it across the whole thing. I really pressed down and rubbed on it, and especially around the edges, because it would be like the wet distressing. I did go back and forth, as you could see, with a dry paper towel. My baby wipe was a little wet. But if you do press down and really rub along the edges, you'll be able to start seeing some of the natural wood coming through, which will give it a nice wet distress. Here I wanted to show you that this is the vinyl that I got at Dollar Tree for your cutting machine, and sorry it was a little out of focus. Now we're going to take the white nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and I just put it through the back and made a knot. And again, I just looped it around the top little thingy there. I don't know what you call that at the top of the anchor. And I glued it to one of the points at the bottom of the anchor. Just so this way, especially so you could see the words, wash your hands. And the little sand dollar that I glued on there came on a, it was a coastal beach house. And it's a sticker. I just peeled it off and glued it on to the front. here's another set of signs that I recently made. Again, I made these before I decided to start making some videos, so I decided I will redo them, and we'll redo them on the back so you can see what I did. I'm going to be remodeling, not really remodeling, making over my half bath, and I'm going to be doing it in the nautical theme, so all this stuff will be in my bathroom. And when I do that, I will keep you posted and show you everything that I did. Okay, here we are going to, this did have a sand dollar on the front, and I had taken that off, so I'm just sanding it down, just to sand down where that paper was ripped. Surprise, surprise, yet again, we are using the agave and the Waverly chalk paint. And we're going to give both of them just one coat of paint. Now I am going to dry brush with the white. No, I'm not. Sorry, take that back. I am going to draw some lines down the middle, right where those indentations are, so it looks like it's shiplap. And I went ahead and I marked it with a ruler using a pencil, which I have no reason why I did that. I should have just used the marker to begin with. So you're going to go ahead and use a Sharpie marker or a paint pen, whatever you want. You can even use a paintbrush and paint it down if you can get your lines straight, which I can't. And then I just used my finger sander and sanded the down just so it wasn't so bold. And now I'm using that light green chalk paint, and I'm just going to heavily distress this. Again, I'm going to use a baby wipe and wipe this down instead of using sandpaper. Now, I ran into a little problem because I didn't take that sticker off the front. And as I was wiping, you can see some of the brown from underneath, and you'll see some of the white was coming through as well. And I honestly liked it better. I really liked how it distressed it, so I just continued to do it and just kept making more and more marks on it. And now I'm using that Dollar Tree vinyl and going to put a ship's wheel on one and a seahorse on the other. This Dollar Tree vinyl is absolutely wonderful. I love it. It's a lot thinner than your Cricut vinyl, and the transfer tape is a little thinner as well. But I will tell you that it's very easy to use. I have a difficult time with getting my transfer tape off of my vinyl, and this just peels right off. Here I'm just sanding down over the vinyl a little bit. I like to sand down over just to get that shininess off. I don't do it on every project, but for the most part I do. There goes my other project falling down at us. Anyway, yeah, I just like to sand it down. Just be careful when you use the Dollar Tree vinyl because it is thin and it will peel off when you sand it too hard. And here I'm just putting the twine back around the top. And then we're going to add the twine back in to hang them up. And there's both sides. Okay, that is it, guys. I absolutely love how these DIYs came out, and I cannot wait to display them in my bathroom when I finish making it over. Leave a comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite. Also, leave me a comment and let me know how I did on my first video. And again, thank you so much for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so this way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you did like this video today, please give me a big thumbs up and share this video with your family and friends. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.